little shout out today to my man Reacher. Y'all know him as Alan Ritchson. He plays Reacher. I absolutely love this man. He was recently interviewed by the Hollywood Reporter. We talked about him in the past. We've even played him singing because he tried out for American Idol at some point. He's also been very vocal about the modeling industry and how much predators are running it. He said it's basically a sex trafficking ring because things have happened to him, and he's been vocal about that too. He's also been very vocal about justice in this country. And in this interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Alan Ritchson, who plays Reacher, and people have been trying to get Reacher canceled and all of this, and I'm going to implore all of you who's been on my what to watch list every season. And I didn't notice about this man, but there was just something about him that it don't take all day to recognize sunshine. I just knew there was something good about this man. I didn't even know that. I liked him, and I don't know why, but now I do. So watch it, or just put it on. If you don't care about action, people fighting and stuff and heroes, just hit play on Amazon Prime on Reacher. Give it a thumbs up. If you're not going to do nothing else, go on there, put it on your watch list, make it one of your favorites. You ain't even got to watch it. Just do that. That tricks the algorithm as well. But anyway, he, in this interview, he said, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. He has a t-shirt, and we've seen this on Twitter, and we could tweet it out more again, Smith. Breonna Taylor, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor is in him in a photo wearing this t-shirt. He said, cops get away with murder all the time, and the fact that we can't really hold them accountable for their improprieties is disturbing to me, he said in this interview. He said, we should completely reform the way we do it. I mean, you shouldn't have to spend more time getting an education as a hairstylist than as a cop who's armed with a deadly weapon. You better say that. Well, the Fraternal Order of Police, they caught wind, and they have Ritchson. They have a comment of him. They call him a useless actor who is virtual signaling for attention at the expense of brave police officers. They went on to talk about how he, while he's getting his face powdered, we're preserving, we're out here fighting for your rights and your life and blah, blah, blah. And Ritchson on his Instagram, because this is where, they posted this online, which is really weird. He said, this kind of emotionally immature response is the epitome of what concerns me about law enforcement today. Like, for real, you got time to respond to a man saying something that is absolutely true. And if you cared about the badge that you wear and the uniform, you would check the people among you who are folding a little boy in half, putting on handcuffs, who are creating havoc in communities because there's if you're in New York right now, the National Guard's there. It's a lot of crime. Not really. Crime is down. The stats don't meet the amount of force that is happening, and especially when people are not armed and you're trained to de-escalate. Yet that rarely happens. And I don't see enough police officers saying this act is wrong when it's clearly wrong. I didn't see a whole lot. Did you? A whole lot of police officers saying George Floyd's killing, which now, all of the police have been convicted and are sentenced to jail. Did you see a massive amount of police officers saying that doesn't represent us? This is egregious. This is ridiculous. Chauvin should be in jail forever. I didn't see that. There's always that ring of protection, that blue wall of silence. And I'm somebody that's covered everything from Amadou Diallo. Before Amadou Diallo, I actually covered Abner Louima, spent time with the killer's parents because that was my assignment. Justin Volpe actually wrote letters back and forth, got involved with the apology. So I've been, for a while as a reporter, somebody that has seen up close Sean Bell, Patrick Dorsman, Gideon Bush. I've witnessed this. This is just in New York. We're not even going to get into Mike Brown and Alton Sterling, and we're not going to get into all of that. So for him to talk about Breonna Taylor and saying this, and for the police, the National Fraternal Order of Police, to use their platform to then denigrate, can I use it that way? No, probably not. To try to, how do I say it? Disparage. Thank you. Alan Ritchson, his response was, this kind of emotionally immature response is the epitome of what concerns me about law enforcement today. If this is how leadership handles a peaceful disagreement, What does life look like for those unseen interactions on the street? How does this shape the character of those police officers looking to management? Do you really want individuals so easily angered who bully like school children to have a gun and the protection of an untouchable union? Question mark. I don't. I just want to give Alan Ritchson, because he has a platform, huge following, TV show, and instead of being quiet, he is using his platform to talk about injustice that he doesn't have to, because he has the complexion for the connection. He's got all of the things. He's beautiful. His body's ridiculous. He's a superhero. He could be quiet and make his money, but he's not, because to whom much is given, much is required. To whom much is given, much is required. If you aren't using your platform to bring light to the things that are out there that need to be brought light to, then why? Why are we supporting you? Sit down somewhere. All right.
I won't just say yes. I need you to do more and say less.